is going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Deborah with Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is our daily astrology reading for Purusha Intuitive. I hope you are well today. Thanks so much for, coming and supporting the community. I feel very honored and blessed to have you here. So, this is about all things health and wellness. I drop daily tarot and astrology readings, just kind of looking at the overarching energy for the day. Hopefully little tidbits to kind of help you navigate whatever situations you might be finding yourself in. These are general readings. They're collective conscious, collective energy. Depending on your birthday, your chart is going to kind of dictate where these energies are showing up in your own life. So, if the messages resonate, definitely pick them up. If not, no worries. It's just not meant for you. But I hope you do find some value in these. I really enjoy posting them. So let's look at December 1st. It is happy December, everyone. It is a Thursday is what I was going to say. A little more tension in the air from what we saw yesterday. Kind of a little more tense aspects. This actually kind of came up as well in our tarot readings. There's, I feel like, so a lot of water energy still. Anytime there's a lot of water energy present, it's like our feelings, our emotions are going to get the best of us. So just be mindful of this. Saturn is still the dominant energy, but it is closely followed by the moon and then Neptune. Moon and Neptune are similar in the way that you'll be able to pick up those intuitive messages, fairly easily. With Neptune, it's also in retrograde. So it's going to make things, it's kind of this value of a lot of illusion. Things aren't always what they seem. It can come from this space of fear, anxiety. It can make things look like horrible when in fact, they might be bad, but they might not be as bad as what we're kind of imagining. So just be mindful of that. The moon is struggling today. There's just a lot of tense aspects to Mercury, Venus, and Mars. And Venus and Mars are in opposition. And it's funny because in our daily tarot readings, there has been kind of like this partnership energy that's been coming up. That, Mars, Venus, masculine, feminine, that duality. And it's really kind of pushing, pulling against one another. In the reading today, we kind of just talked about how some things need to be put on the table, some things need to be addressed in order to find harmony. So whether you're dealing with someone specific or this is a situation or even just some angst within yourself, there needs to have this kind of come to Jesus moment where you're just being honest with yourself about the situation, about the person. You don't necessarily have to have an honest exchange with this person because it might not go well. If you're put into the position where you have to say something, try to keep it really diplomatic is what I'm hearing. Don't take the bait, don't fight. Make sure that you're being a little bit creative with how you're approaching your solutions. Saturn is in Aquarius, so that is a very innovative way to think. It's a little whimsical too. It governs the 11th house, which is the house of friendship, hopes, and wishes, right? So it's like our idealisms and how we kind of fantasize the world to be, the utopia, right? So this is kind of saying that, even if this gets confrontational or you're kind of feeling like your back is against the wall, try to approach it from that space of, if I was in my ideal world, how can I get the results I'm looking for? You know, if I know that confronting this person is only going to cause an argument and things aren't going to go well, then I just don't confront them. You know, it's not the time for that, because like I said, the energy is a little bit more volatile today. People are going to be functioning way more out of their emotions and their feelings. And it's not personal. It's places that people are trying to not listen to their gut instincts, right? And push ahead. This Mercury square to Neptune is like, it's just like when we are not speaking or acting in a way that we know. It's not about inauthenticity. It's like we're not listening to what our instincts are saying, you know, basically. We're functioning more out of either fear or kind of making things bigger than what they really are, versus like the intuition that's saying, you know what, unfortunately, this is what it is, you know, with this situation, and you have to respond accordingly. Not out of what you think is going to like get the other person to understand. Rarely does that work, you know, unless we're dealing with someone who is very healthy, very aware, can like take ownership of their shit, you know, which is like pretty hard for a lot of people, you know, no shade. It's not fun to be humbled, right? So just be mindful of that. What else do we want to talk about? Okay, you know, I think, like I said, it's still continuing to maintain that self-care. That's going to be really valuable. Taking a back seat when things are getting a little bit more heated. I feel like that's calling on that Venus energy, because that's actually going to help move things along. It's going to make things a little bit more positive. I feel like it's the value of settling yourself down, not reacting out of that emotion, but more out of a place of wisdom and awareness. Because like Mars is showing that if we temper that aggression, if we temper that force, it's gonna give us like a little gift, you know. It's showing that with that fortune point, which is in Leo. So Leo loves to put themselves out there front and center. They like the limelight. It's almost like a little gift of like, yeah, like you're sexy and you know it. You know what I mean? Like it's just when you feel like that boost of self-confidence. And so basically Spirit's saying that if you can kind of rein in that hostility, that anger, that aggression, it's going to give you like a little, you know, a little reward, which is dope. And yeah, I mean, I think it's like continuing to put yourself out there. This is like, I'm looking at Jupiter trying to your ascendant. Ascendant is, you know, this to me feels like branching out a little bit. I feel like you kind of have to move beyond your normal circle, your normal environment. And that might just be specifically with that person that you're dealing with. But this is really talking about like, you know, when you're networking, making new friends, meeting new people, etc., that's actually going to help with some of this momentum, kind of break up some of this tension. You know, and again, like I said, it's not resorting back to the things that feel comfortable. There's a lot of energy, like I've talked about focusing on yourself, the goals that you have in place right now, and then making choices or putting yourself in situations that are really going to honor those goals. So, like I said, some tension, some frustration. I hope that whoever or whatever you're dealing with, it doesn't get too out of whack today. If it does, just remember to do your best to take a step back, take a deep breath, count to 10, you know, whatever it might be for you. Say, hey, we gotta talk about this later, because that's actually really gonna help as it always would, empower you, but also Spirit's gonna honor that, you know, so it's always nice to get a little treat, right? All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs up, share, subscribe. I drop content every day, and I'm just super passionate about growing and building the community. So if you're interested in personal services, definitely hit me up. Info's in the description box below. Look forward to seeing you soon. Much love and light, always lots of blessings. Thanks so much for your time and energy. It is a force of nature.